Hey guys, welcome one to another showdown sweep. In today's one, we got ourselves an Iron Hand sweep, or I would prefer to say it, a new region Hariyama sweep. Now this is a obviously a one of the newer Pokemon coming up on the upcoming showdown, and there's also coming upcoming Pokemon on Scarlet and Violet, which I'm gonna be revealing some of the stuff and show you the move pool and the builds at the obviously the end of the showdown, show you some of the new mechanics and what they can learn. So first of all, Hariyama or the the Iron Hands. I prefer. I'm just gonna call it like let's say like Iron Ama. There we go. Iron Rama or Iron Rama or something. But yeah, the Iron Rama or Iron Hands is a fighting electric type. The original Hariyama is just pure fighting, but in this one, it is more a electric type. Now, when I saw this wing, I thought it was immediately like a steel type or something like that, which obviously made sense. I would have used it like a steel type. I thought, well, we're fighting steel type. That's cool. But it turns out it is an electric type, so it works fine. I mean, I'm not upset about it, but you know, they could have surprised it a little bit more than that. So yeah. But anyways, we're gonna go ahead and start playing now. Now in this first battle, actually not the first battle. This was actually the only battle I'll be doing. So yeah, I did a couple attempts with this Hariyama build. Now let me tell you, people, before we move in, it has a very strange stats pool, but it's kind of like an average one to use in it. Now, let's see here. It gets, gets, what gets, what? No, I didn't meant to say that way, but I did it anyways. But let me tell you. Wait, I'm almost pressing the wrong ones. But yeah, let's see here. Iron. There we go. So yeah, Iron Hands. It has a base stats of 154 for HP, which is a super massively good. It has a very good attack stat with 140. Pretty decent, pretty nice defense with 108. The other stats is pretty terrible. Which you obviously would thinking, well, would I not run that max health and max attack one? I could, but in this one, I wanted to run a more of a obvious Hariyama build, and I wanted to run some other moves with it. Now, this one had a multiple fails. I did a lot of attempts at this one, but when I did some of the attempts, a lot of opponents really like to just shut up or shut it down the set, or just like use Toxic, Haze, and like some other coverage moves to just knock it out. And it's not exactly super, like it has a really good attack stats and it has a long move pool with it, but it's kind of complicated for me to use it because I wasn't sure to run a more of a healthy or bulky or something like that. But in this sweep, I wanted to run obviously a classic Mr. Lucky Luke set, and I will be obviously using it in this showdown. Now, in this battle, we'll reverse this against Loimon, and this had a little strange team. I wasn't fully sure what this team was based around build. I don't know if there was a set or something like that, but it was I guess it was some sort of theme team as well or something. I don't know, or more of some sort of set. But yeah, we got ourselves this Tinglu. It's a new Pokemon. It's a Dark and Ground type, and it has probably one of the strangest sets in the game. And yeah, I mean that's not the worst. It's pretty tanky. It's pretty good. Like when it comes to supporting his setup and stuff. So I ended up using that one for just to test it out. Now we obviously set both of us Self Rock, and then I used Whirlwind while it used or the Screaming Tail, which is the new Jigglypuff version of it, and it used Noble Roar, dropping my attack. But I used a move called what was it called? I used Whirlwind first, and then I used Reunation, which is basically a Super Fang, but it's a Dark type move, so that's pretty cool. Then a Blizzard comes in and used Toxic, what? And yeah, at the first one, it would unfortunately missed, 95 accuracy, pretty amazing. And then I Whirlwind back to Scream Tail. The opponent's gonna go for Protect. I don't know if they was doing a stall or not. I was gonna go for Memento, and then they just obviously they obviously knew what was gonna happen now. And after seeing the Scream Tail, I feel like obviously it would be attacking some sort of attack because you know it is part of Fairy and Psychic. Obviously, it would have been a better use of Fairy type move, but it was more of a supported set, so I had no issue with that one. Now that Sylveon comes in after using Whirlwind and it's going to use Protect, I was going to go for Memento, and then, yeah, it would work out really. So I thought, well, Since they're gonna use Memento a couple times, I might as well see if I can like do a couple damage. I wasn't sure they were having like any like trolling moves or not. I used Ringination on the Gothitail, and then yep, it started to use one of the moves that we all predicted we would have. It had Taunt. So I couldn't use Memento in this one, but I thought, well, it has, it has low on HP. I might as well send in my Hariyama or my Iron Hands, and I lived on 1 HP like a boss. It used Rest, and then I was gonna go down from the poison, but but that's okay because I think I have everything is ready to set, and we're gonna go ahead and switch into Iron Hands and watch the salt happens. All right, guys, enjoy. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoy the Hariyama set, and let's explain the set, and let me tell you the move pool of this build. Now, obviously, as I said, Hariyama's stat is pretty average in battle, but it's not exactly overpowered like it was a super duper powerful Pokemon. When it comes to max attacking its stat, it was amazing. When it comes to speed, however, it was pretty bad. Now, obviously, this is a physical attacker, and more of a tanky one, obviously. Now, I would say this battle was a pretty lucky sweep because, as you know, when I was facing that Dunduzo, they had a rest sleep talk one, which I I was super lucky to get a rest sleep talk or sleep talk rest. Because if you don't know, if I would get Aqua Tailed that one turn, Hariyama would have definitely go down and it would have ended my sweep. But the one problem on that battle is that when I was unpredictably, I thought it was going to attack me with Aqua Tail. Because, here's the thing. I'm pretty sure they had an attacking move that does 28 damage. And I don't know if they literally had 2 HP bar higher than the base attack. So, I think I calculated it right now, and they would have actually probably lived the next damage if they actually stayed in. but I would have assumed they had unaware because it wouldn't, it wouldn't one shot as much damage because if you don't know, unaware is an ability that ignores status move depending with if the opponent has a high stats or not. It would just do a neutral, just same damage as before. So all those Swords Dance plus that Thunder Punch stab, it basically did nothing. So it was based around using the base IV and EV stats versus the attack base power and all that stuff. So yeah, but yeah, let me explain the moves and let me tell you the sets. So obviously we had this one is a Swords Dance, Endure, Reversal, and Thunder Punch set. We got max speed, max attack with Jolly Nature as the the EV build. We got Quirk Drive, which is actually it's one of the cool signature ability. I would love to use it on this battle, but I couldn't really fit in because I wasn't really, like I said, I was just testing this set as a couple battles, and I ended up doing that one. And even though when I did try to do the set, it just didn't really I wasn't sure if I was able to set up my Hariyama by then. So yeah, I ended up doing this type of set anyway. So I never got to show you Quirk Drive, but some other point maybe I will do show you how that works. And with this ability, it says while electric terrain or or boost energy are activate, high stat is 1.5 or I'm sorry 1.3 times or 1.5 times speed if speed obviously. So that would be this Pokemon would have outspeed most of the fast Pokemon, but without it, just a regular Hariyama base speed, and yeah, I ended up just had to run obviously a normal speed one. Now the item also was Select Berry, and obviously this build was based around using Swords Dance and trying to boost your attack while using Thunder Punch for just using your little stab coverage move. And I noticed that Thunder Punch was probably one of the only few moves that was only able to learn as a electric type move. Now I can show you exactly why, because here's the thing. It could learn a Wild Charge, but obviously we all know why we didn't want to run Wild Charge, because 1 out of 4 recoil. Yep, that is not gonna happen. So obviously I run a Thunder Punch set, not a Wild Charge one. And I could run like a max health, max attacking one with like using like Drain Punch and like more of a bulky one. However, the speed makes a difference because I have to obviously make sure to avoid any super effective speedy Pokemon, and I have to make sure I have as much attack so I can just recover myself using Drain Punch. That could be another move that you can replace it with it and use like Bulk Up, Drain Punch, and and it can learn. Actually, strange enough, in this Pokemon doesn't learn what's the move? Sucker Punch. So that will be a really good Pokemon in battle if you learn Thunder or not Thunder Punch, a what's it called, a Sucker Punch, because you can use Bulk Up, Sucker Punch, any Psychic type Pokemon that comes in and potentially win or out power through the super effective Pokemon. But then again, you have fairies, so that's also one thing you have to be careful about. And and any ghost type. So because ghost type is quite a more threat, but especially like Gengar and stuff. So you gotta be careful of those. But obviously, it can still get one shot. But then again, it can use Psychic. It can use Shadow Ball. I mean, it does solid damage. I potentially could live the damage, but then again, I only have Thunder Punch, and if it gets Curse Body, this pretty much counters the whole set. And any priority Pokemon can defeat this thing, so be careful about that. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So based around this, you could actually replace Swords Dance with Belly Drum and stuff, which increase your attack by maximum. The only problem with this set is that even if you do set up a Belly Drum, you have to be very careful about when the time comes in when you have to use Reversal or anything like that, because you have to make sure you have used the strongest attack you got. And Reversal, surprisingly, is one of the few moves that is actually super good against this thing. And and then again, you have also Close Combat and some other stuff. But I felt like this set might be the best option to use it. And with Swords Dance, you don't have to worry about your HP too much, and then you can just send in freely whenever you want to. Belly Jumper had to require you to like make sure you don't get hit like with like a super effective out of the bat or get outsped, because you have to reduce a half amount of like you have to reduce half of your HP or remove your HP by half, and then you have to make sure you live the next attack, and then you have to outspeed and take care of the remaining. Which I tried a couple of times, but it just went down quickly and couldn't do the sweep. So I felt Swords Dance probably the best one. And strange enough, I found that Swords Dance was actually can be taught by Ariyama or Iron Hands, and yeah, it worked pretty nicely. Yeah, that's pretty much it for the strategy for the Iron Hands or the Hariyama region sweep, I guess you could say. And I might put up another sweep later on for the highlight. And hope you guys can go to enjoy the Iron Hand sweep. And yeah, we'll see you next highlight. And stay lucky out there.